In this video, we are going to be going through the parts of the viola. The top part of the viola is called the scroll. The scroll decorates the viola. Right below the scroll is called the pegs. The pegs tune the instrument's strings. Please do not let your child play with these pegs because they can untune them, which means make the strings go really, really flat where the string actually falls off the bridge, or they can tighten them so much that they actually snap the string. Right below the pegs is called the fingerboard. In the next few videos, we'll be placing our fingers on the fingerboard. The names of the strings are as follows on the viola. We have C for cats, G for go, D for down, and A for alleys. From the left to the right, we have C, G, D, A, and those are the strings of the viola. Right below the viola strings are called the F holes. This is where the sound comes out and you can hear it. You can almost imagine the notes floating right out of the viola's F holes. Right next to the viola's F holes is called the bridge. This bridge stays up by the tightness of the strings. If your child's bridge falls down, I will snap it back into place. Right below the bridge are called the fine tuners. The fine tuners actually tune the instrument strings just like the pegs. Please do not let your child play with these also. It will not break the strings, but it will make the strings go out of tune. Right below the F fine tuners is called the tailpiece. The tailpiece helps hold the strings in place. And right below the tailpiece is called the end button. The end button helps hold the tailpiece in place. In many of the descriptions that I hand out, this is called a chin rest. But as you can clearly see, when we put the viola up on our shoulder, that our jaw is sitting closer to the jaw rest rather than our chin. So I'm going to be calling this the jaw rest. This whole top part, this whole top piece of wood is called the belly of the viola. These two parts on the viola are called the ribs. These are cut out so that when we start to play with the bow, we will not hit the sides of the wood with our bow. Right above the ribs are called the shoulders. Just like we have shoulders, the viola has shoulders. Right above the shoulders is called the neck. Just like we have a neck, the viola has a neck. This is the back of the viola. There's one more part that's very, very hard to see, but it's at the top of the viola's fingerboard, and this is called the nut. The nut is slightly raised on the viola fingerboard to help when we press our fingers down to be able to press the string down to the viola's fingerboard. If the nut was not there, the viola strings would be more flat against the fingerboard. And these are the parts of the viola. Now we are going to be showing you the viola bow parts. The most important part on the viola bow parts is the adjusting screw. I'm going to hold the viola bow with my left hand and adjust the screw with my right hand. As I turn it towards me, you will notice that the viola's bow hair will become loose like your son or daughter's hair on their head. This is how it needs to be when you put the viola bow away. If it's constantly tight, it will start to snap. The hairs will start to snap off. In order to get the viola bow hair tight, you're going to turn it away from you like you're tightening up a jar. How tight is tight? Tight enough that we can easily slip our pinky through the bow hair and the middle of the stick easily. This is tight enough. A lot of kids tighten it so much that the bow hair and the bow stick look like they're going to snap apart. The next part below the adjusting screw is called the frog, and the frog helps hold the viola bow hair in place. Above the frog is called the grip. Above the grip is called the stick. Above the stick is called the tip, and below the tip is called the horsehair. This is real horsehair. It's cut off a horse's tail. It comes to the viola and violin and cello makers, black and or brown. They bleach it, and it comes to us as an off-white horsehair. And these are the parts of the viola bow.